Welcome to Teen ypww Lesson 3. I do not own the rights to this music. Today's topic is It's All About That Salt, Part 3. The lesson text is coming out of Matthew chapter 5, verses 1 through 13, and Daniel chapter 1, verses 8 through 21. Our memory verse. I will read the King James Version first, and then the New International Version of Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. The New International Version of Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything, except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. The key for today's lesson, saltiness required. The focus for today's lesson, success is the result of a potent salt lifestyle. To be a part of this great mandate, you are the salt of the earth. We must believe that our help is needed and that what we have to offer is valuable. As we learned in last week's lesson, all hands are needed on deck. The young boy made a significant contribution to the needs of the early church on a very important day. Therefore, from his example, we can conclude that your contributions, teen listeners and readers, to the agenda of the church are significant. You do not necessarily have to make a public announcement about your availability to help the church. Just do what you have been asked to do as unto the Lord in a spirit of excellence. What responsibilities do you have right now, teen listeners and readers? Your to-do list may include attend school, attend church, go to work, complete various chores around the house. Your basic assignment for the most part is to do well in the areas of your responsibility. Then at certain times, as we learned last week, God will give you opportunities to go beyond your regular responsibility to join with others to help them in greater venues and capacity with your good deeds. Daniel chapter 1 verses 8 through 21 shares a segment of Daniel's life that we will discuss for our lesson today. When King Nebuchadnezzar conquered their hometown, Judea, Daniel and his three friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, were captured as slaves and forced to relocate to Babylon. These four young men refused to eat the king's food that was being served. Instead, they chose a diet of water and vegetables. After a 10-day test run of this diet, Daniel and his friends were healthier than those in their group who ate the royal food that was offered. Daniel and his friends were accomplished scholars, straight A students. Their academic achievements were higher than all of the others in their class. In every matter of wisdom and understanding that the king questioned them, he found Daniel and his three friends to be 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in his whole kingdom. God has a significant plan for Daniel's life that exceeded his natural abilities. God anointed Daniel to be a witness to kings and rulers. He initiated governmental policies and influenced the governing structure of the entire kingdom of Babylon with godly principles. God allowed Daniel's life to be a type of seasoning for the entire Babylonian nation. We could say that Daniel had a potent salt lifestyle all the days of his life. He never lost his passionate pursuit for the things of God. The life of Daniel is a wonderful example for us today. We must fight against conforming to the status quo. Like Daniel, you can rise to the highest heights of academic achievement. Mediocrity is not our portion. When we do our part as trailblazers of new things and good things to help others, we are being the salt of the earth. The church is the salt of the earth, impacting every nation and society of our world. The governments, principalities of every nation of the world have been influenced by the church. The founding of America rests on a Christian foundation. We can subscribe that the framers of our USA Constitution were not afraid to show their Christian disposition that justify their rights to worship God in the manner of their choice. Like our Christian forefathers, Our savory saltiness helps us to accomplish our goals and live a life that represents Jesus Christ in the most excellent way that we can. Our passion and desire to do our best cannot be subtle and passive. There are times when we must aggressively pursue our goals. Will you wake up every morning and chase your dreams at maximum speed? No. There will be some mornings, for various reasons, you will not hit the ground and run fast. This should be the exception in your life, not the rule. Most mornings of your week, you should strive with all of your might and pray to be empowered to complete what is on your to-do list for that day. The questions for today's lesson. Number 1, Daniel had purposed in his heart to live for God. Do you have some things purposed in your heart to do in the future? Share at least one of your dreams with your class. Number 2, some teens I know will dummy down their knowledge of certain subjects because they do not want some of their friends to know that they are smart. Is this a wise idea? Discuss this in your class. The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.